April showers don't just bring May flowers. Sometimes the winter snow melt and spring rainfall can cause damage to sidewalks, driveways, and patios. Joining us now with solutions to all of that is Adam Ellis from Ace Waterproofing and Basement Solutions. Adam, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. In the past, there's only been one option, which is mud jacking, but now we have some options, which we will be getting to in just a minute. First, though, what can you tell us about broken or uneven concrete?
So broken and uneven concrete is typically caused by the changing of our seasons. It's going to freeze and expand and then recontract in the spring again. Most moving concrete is caused due to poor subgrade, poor soils, or by water erosion that washes out in there.
Okay.
Other factors that can affect it is just the moisture level of the soil alone. When it's really dry, it actually shrinks and leaves voids, causing settlement. When it gets wet again, it expands and can cause other kinds of movement. So
that's why we're seeing that happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, so once again, we can just blame it on living in the Midwest.
Yep,
okay,
that's the best way to do it.
Wonderful. So these are things that mud jacking can help with then. Okay, but mud jacking, as we're going to talk about today, is not necessarily the only option. Before we get to that, what is mud jacking?
So mud jacking is typically drilling about a 1-inch hole into areas that we deem are necessary into a failed or settling chunk of concrete, and from there we're injecting a sand mortar mixture, some bentonite in there to bring the concrete hopefully back to its original position again.
Okay, I understand. There's a new technique though. This is an expandable polyfoam technique? Okay, so this could be an option if mud jacking isn't necessarily the one that you choose to do.
Absolutely. So one thing we like, with our company that we do, we try to not have a one-size-fits-all option. There are times that mud's better than foam, and other times that foam's better than the mud. So the advantage of the foam, it's a little more controllable. And by the time we're done and packed up and out of there, your concrete is ready to use like normal again. It sets up within 15 to 20 minutes versus mud that might be 24 to 48 hours before you can use that again.
All right, got that. Okay, so and we've got a video right now so people can kind of see what we're talking about. But as far as the concrete is concerned, is there ever like a case where the concrete cannot be lifted or leveled, or one of these two options always going to work?
No, there's definitely cases where it can't be. Sometimes the concrete's just too far gone, too thin, too broken up, and in that instance, replacement's typically the best option.
Concrete replacement.
And that is something we offer as well. We'll go in, try to treat the subgrade or whatever caused the issue to begin with, lay down a new layer of base gravel, compact it, and pour a new slab on top. Okay,
wonderful. And you guys actually have somebody there from Ace that will come out and help people make the right decision, because now we've heard a few options. And you don't have to make the decision by yourself. Somebody's going to help you and give you some advice.
Absolutely. You can reach out anytime if you've got any concrete that's any concern, whether it's a trip hazard, leaning a direction you don't want it to lean. We'll send out a certified foundation specialist to discuss options and present whatever options are available given the circumstances, and hopefully help you make the best and informed decision based on what you are looking to achieve.
Okay, great. So you do not need to be the expert. The expert will come to you and help you make a decision on that. And you kind of already touched on this, but when issues arise with new concrete, so if that is the choice you end up having to make, you can't drive on it for a while.
Nope. Typically 7 to 10 days to resume normal use. So that is a big disadvantage to replacement a lot of times, whereas then the raising or restoration of it is a little better option at times.
Okay, great. So let's go over those three options again really quick. So we just got done with a full concrete replacement, but the other two is the mud jacking.
Yep, the mud jacking's typically a little less inexpensive, but poses again, each scenario is a little bit different depending on what you have going on, which is the better option. So it's mud jacking. We can do the polyurethane foam. That's the most convenient. As soon as we're out of there, it's normal use, ready to go.
Use it.
Yep. Or, worst case scenario, it's replacement. And every once in a great while, sometimes it's just a matter of grinding a lip or a trip hazard. That's something we can do very easily as well. If there's no concern of pitch, water going in the wrong direction, it's just one piece stuck up the stove tub or something, we can grind that right off. That's our quickest, easiest option.
Okay, well, that's perfect. That's good information. I'm glad that you mentioned that. And if you want to learn more about the variety of services offered at Ace Waterproofing and Basement Solutions, just visit them on the web. The website's on your screen. It is acewbs.com. Adam, as always, thank you for the info.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.